guys, welcome back to my channel. Obviously, very different background. I want to kind of jump into this video with a few life updates before starting the pregnancy update. This is going to be my 8 to 12 week pregnancy update. I'm a little behind on filming it, so keep that in mind. I am about 15 and a half weeks now, so my 12 to 16 week update should be coming in about a week or so, and then we will be all caught up to like the present day of where I'm at in real life. So just a lot of things that have been happening and going on recently. So I'll start this update with kind of what is happening. So if you guys watched my pregnancy reveal, like me saying, hey, I'm pregnant, you will know that Luke and I had been talking about moving in together for a while, and then kind of just where our relationship was going. However, I was not going to move out probably until the end of spring. My lease was not up until June 1st. But then some kind of outside stuff happened, and I let a friend of mine take over my townhouse, and then I just moved into here. And so it ended up working out that we went ahead and moved in now, and so that my friend could take my townhouse, and she's in a great situation now that she's able to be there versus before. So that's why this background's different. I'm gonna need to figure out some sort of like filming background. This is being built for the kids' room downstairs. Luke built it, and so it's just kind of hanging out here. I didn't really want to move it too far around the house. So that's the house situation. I get a lot of questions about my ring on my finger, especially in Instagram stories. This is a promise ring. Luke and I are not engaged yet. We don't have conversations all the time about being engaged. He has made it known since before the pregnancy. I think it was around right before Halloween. He had, kind of brought up the whole engagement situation and like my plans to ever get married in the future. And so we've had the conversations, however, we are not engaged. And so when I wear this ring, it's because it's a promise ring to him, not that we have any concrete plans to get married right now. I'm in no rush to get married. That may seem kind of backwards because we are having a baby, but we're not in the rush to do anything. We're just kind of taking life as it comes, and I don't feel like having a baby, you have to rush and make decisions like marriage. You can take your time, and I want our engagement to be special. Whenever he is ready and we feel like we're ready to move that way, we will. Also, not really a life update, but my hair is very different from the last video. If you followed my channel for a while, me having long, lighter hair is not a surprise. I decided to go dark. Like randomly, very impulsively, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna have dark hair, I'm gonna go back to my natural hair color. And then I did it very impulsively, and it just was not for me. I've had light hair for a long time, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna keep doing what makes me happy. I've had hair extensions on and off since I was 18, but I started doing this method back in, I think, November of 2019, which I filmed on my channel. So the very first time I ever got these extensions were back then. And I just seem to do very well with them, and they're very easy to take care of. And I tried to go dark, and I can't do it. So we're back to this. It was a very expensive mistake to go dark impulsively, but I'm glad it's over with now, and I'm back to what makes me truly happy, and that's my hair. So let's go ahead and get into the pregnancy update. I'm sure a lot of you guys don't care about the whole first part, but I just want to keep everything like as up to date as possible. Since I don't upload like every single week, I like to tell you guys kind of what happens in between. Okay, so week 8 to 12. This is not going to be a massive update. However, we did have our first OB appointment this during this period of pregnancy. I've had 2 now. I had my very first one, which is, a whole bunch of things that go on the very first one. Then I actually had one this morning, so everything works out. I'm going to update you guys on that right now. The first appointment, I actually met an OB physician I have never met, and I thought he was absolutely wonderful. But there's some serious there's kind of a serious thing with me having a baby, and I kind of just want to jump right into this because I've touched on it on Instagram, and there's been a lot of questions. And that is the birth of this child. During my first appointment, it was already a topic that was brought up due to my history. So I have an older daughter and I have boy-girl twins. So my oldest daughter, I had what was classified at the time during her birth as a severe shoulder dystocia due to size. That is how it was written out. Once you have that in your chart, it becomes a problem. It just becomes a problem. The delivery was almost a massive problem. It was very scary. I was very young. I want to say I was 22 when I had her. And it was a very scary thing. I had never heard of shoulder dystocia before. You guys can look it up, but essentially the baby just gets stuck in the pelvis for position or size. And unfortunately, it was because I guess I have a very narrow pelvis, and she did not fit. She was 7 pounds 2 ounces, and she was not coming out. And it was very scary. A nurse had jumped on my stomach. My midwife had to call an actual physician in. A swarm of people came in, and it was very scary. I just remember it being very traumatizing. So whenever I had the twins, I was like, you know what, great, I'm going to have a vaginal delivery with them. I want to try to have a vaginal birth. Every physician that I talked to told me no until I found the one in the practice that would allow me to try vaginally, because twins, naturally, I wasn't going to have two 7-pound twins. I mean, people have had that, but most likely mine were not. With all my growth scans, they were all looking, well, they were both, not all, both of them were looking about 5 pounds. So he agreed to let me try vaginal delivery. So baby A came out. My daughter came right out. She was 5 pounds 13 ounces. However, when baby B came out, he was only 5 pounds 3 ounces. He had quite of an opening to come out, and he still got stuck. So that pretty much sealed my fate of being able to attempt a vaginal delivery. The consequences of shoulder dystocia and the lifelong effects that can happen to the child, the risk just way outweighs the outcome. The pros and cons, essentially, the risk is just too high for me to deliver vaginally. So the plan as of right now is to do growth scans and ultrasounds every 2 to 3 weeks once I hit 28 weeks. And if baby measures over 6.5 pounds, we will be having a C-section. I feel like that's what we're going to end up having, because I just feel like I'm not going to be full term and having a 6-pound baby. I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be a normal, average 7 to 8 pound baby. So that will be concrete, of course, as we go along in pregnancy, and towards the end, we'll know what we're having. Yes, I'm devastated. I've never had a C-section before. It's something that, as selfish as it is for me to say, I want this vaginal birth, I want this, I would never risk the health of this baby. So if we have to have a C-section, then that is something that I will at least have time to come to terms with. And it's not going to matter. I'm going to love her the same. And I'll need all the tips and tricks for post C-section, because I know nothing about healing from one. I've heard it's very difficult to heal, and it takes a lot of time to heal, and that makes me nervous. But I know you guys have had them, and I know that it's routine. It happens all the time. So thank you guys in advance because I know I'm going to get so many tips, but I'm going to wait, obviously, towards the end before I start asking for those, because I still need time to just get used to the idea of a C-section. Also, we had lab results, the first lab results. We did the regular first OB results, and everything came back great, even my iron level, which I was honestly surprised about, but it came back great. And then we had genetic testing done, and with the genetic testing, everything so far has come back negative. And of course, that just makes me feel really good. That baby right now looks healthy, and obviously we want healthy babies. That's the outcome and the goal of pregnancy. You really want healthy babies. So everything so far lab wise is looking good. And then this morning, the OB appointment, everything also looks great. Heart rate, I believe at the first appointment was around 160 or 155, and then this appointment, it was in the 140s. So everything has looked really good, and again, I'm just so thankful now that I'm over the shock of being pregnant. Um, I'm very happy, and I'm just like, okay, like we're really doing this, and I'm kind of just trying to get back in the mindset of, we're having a baby. On the more fun side, I'm done with morning sickness. Fingers crossed. I stopped throwing up in my 14th week, and I feel pretty awesome. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel pretty good. Um, I was sick for a lot longer than I had planned. I was at like 9 weeks thinking, okay, I'm gonna be very close to being done. Then 10, 11 weeks, I'm like, I've got to be close. And then finally, week like 13, I was breaking down, like, is it going to be over? And then finally, in week 14, somewhere in like a half, about a week ago or so, I started feeling better and stopped throwing up. And I'm severely thankful that I stopped throwing up and being sick. It just makes life, all aspects of life, harder. When you don't feel good, you're just like not in the best mood, and it makes my job hard, and it makes, being a mom hard. Everything just in life is hard when you don't feel good. So I'm very thankful that that's over with. Just some more fun things that I want to mention. You guys are going to be just beside yourselves, but Luke and I know what we are having. Surprise! We know. I kind of dropped the ball on this one. I found out not meaning to find out, and so that was kind of what I was scared of. And anyways, it's kind of like a long thing, but we know what we are having. Yes, I'm going to share it with you guys. We haven't even told a lot of our like close friends and stuff, or like even some of our close family yet. So I need to do all that and like share that first, and then I'd be happy to share with you guys what we are having. I'm very excited, and I know Luke is very excited. So that will be coming, and my dream of never finding out until the end, I'm never going to get that, and that's okay. I do feel like on some levels now I'll just be able to be more prepared, I guess. And so that maybe will lead to a name reveal at some point. We are nowhere close. We don't agree on anything. That I feel like isn't going to change for a while. He seems keen on the idea of bringing a list to the hospital. I'm not opposed to bringing a list to the hospital either. It just is going to depend on what we can agree on and what we're feeling at the time. If we have a name before, again, I will share that with you guys, because I would love to have my whole process documented so I can go back and look at it. And as far as other like miscellaneous stuff with this part of pregnancy, I haven't gained any weight since the first appointment at 8 weeks. No, I was 11 weeks at that appointment. I haven't gained any weight since my first OB appointment at 11 weeks. 15 weeks now. It actually stayed almost exactly the same, down to the decimal, probably because I would have gained a little bit of weight and then lost it being sick. So right now it's kind of the same, but there was no concern about that. That was voiced to me. I've started also stockpiling. If you guys remember with the twins, I stockpiled diapers. I don't think I bought a diaper until they were well over a year old. So we have officially started our stockpile. I've only bought I think 2 boxes of diapers and then like a few wipes and things like that. It just makes life easier for me towards the end. For one, cost wise, I need to sit, but cost wise, I feel like it makes life a little bit easier to just buy it as you go, and then to not have to run out or run low, and daycare calls, they need more, and you're having to go to Target at 8 o'clock at night. I just like the idea of stockpiling, and it worked so well with the twins. So I've started the stockpile, and I mean, we literally have nothing. We have like very minimal things because, like I said, we were both done having children. So we're just kind of starting over from the beginning, and I'm not gonna lie, it has been a little fun to kind of restart this process over, and I kind of feel like a new parent again because I was so far out of the mindset that I just feel like I don't know anything anymore. So I think I'm going to end this pregnancy update there. I just want these to be very casual, like sit down conversations. I don't want these to be so, pressured and structured all crazy. And I probably should try to have some kind of questions I hit every time. But so far, there's nothing new to show you as far as like clothing wise yet. So hopefully, I can start sharing some like hauls and stuff here soon. But so far, everything is so good. And I can't thank you guys enough for all the support that you have shown during this time. It's amazing to me that some of you guys have been here following so long, and at this literal last chapter of life of like having kids. This is my last chapter, of course, of ever having any more. But I'm excited to be here with you guys to document it and share again. So I'll probably start belly like shots next time. There's not a whole lot to see right now. So I'll probably start doing those at the next update. But that's going to be all, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.